Hello YouTube, it's Lane here with Hobbies of Man once again, and today we're going to be doing our Q3 review for our collecting goals of the year. And well, I think generally speaking, I was pretty bad at keeping up with any of these goals through the third quarter, mostly because I was at home and then I was here, and throughout that kind of changing of being between my house and being here at my university apartment, kind of ended up with me not being able to go shop as often as I wanted to. And that ended up with me not buying all of the books that I needed or wanted. And so a lot of things ended up going to the wayside. So there are certain things I did keep up with, and we're going to focus on those, focus on the positives, and not too much on the negatives, so that I can kind of keep up with this and feel like I'm still doing good, even if I'm not going 100%, even if I'm not doing as well as I would like. So yeah, this video probably won't be too long, but feel free to watch my previous collecting goal videos from earlier in the year. I have the one in January, which is the setup for my goals, what I'm hoping to achieve this year. And we have the Q1 review, the mid-year review, and then finally this one. So I think they're in the haul videos or the wrap-ups. I can't remember where exactly I put them, but there should be in one of those two playlists. So feel free to watch through those playlists and watch the videos that are related to this video. So yeah, my biggest, most main goal was to stay consistent, to finish up some series that were basically caught up to Japan or near being caught up to Japan. I more or less did that pretty well. So I am one volume away from being caught up with Vinland Saga. There's only volume 12, and I think in December volume 13 comes out. So at that point, I might be 2 volumes behind, but hopefully I will buy the last volume I'm missing of Vinland Saga, which you guys can see right there. I'm just missing the dark blue one to be all caught up with Vinland Saga before December, and then hopefully I'll get that book for Christmas or for sometime in January. So hopefully I'll be completely caught up with Vinland Saga by the end of the year. I'm also 1 volume away from Drifting Dragons. Technically speaking, I think I'm completely caught up at volume 10, but volume 11 came out sometime this past month, and I have not been able to find it anywhere that I've looked. I went to 2 different Barnes and Nobles, I went to 2 different comic book shops, and I just have not been able to find a physical copy of volume 11. So I am technically 1 volume away from being caught up with Drifting Dragons, but I just have not been able to find it. So yeah, other than that, I basically failed at keeping up with everything else. I had a few other series that I was trying to keep up with. I think I was trying to finish up collecting Flowers of Evil and catch up with Witch Hand and Atelier, Bodekoi, all of these different series that I just didn't end up getting caught up to. And I still want to, but stuff it's all over the place right now. I need to recenter my collecting goals and kind of figure out which series I'm trying to keep up with and which I'm not. And the reality is that besides that, I'm also just kind of all over the place because I have been getting back into comic books again and collecting a lot more than I really initially thought I was going to. So yeah, it is what it is. I'll try to get back on track. Now, keeping up with new releases was another one of my goals, and I somewhat failed on this and somewhat did well on this. So I kept up with Record of Ragnarok, Beauty and the Feast, Eden Zero, and Solo Leveling, the manga edition or the manhwa. But I have not kept up with the Solo Leveling light novel. So I am 1 behind on the Solo Leveling light novel, and I'm caught up to the current issue or the current volume for the other ones that I mentioned. But I'm behind on a few other things. I have a list of books that I'm missing. I think I'm behind on Hitomi-chan, and at this point, I think Volume 5 is about to come out. Furi-san, I'm behind on. There's something else I'm behind on, but I can't remember. Gunbird Sisters, maybe. I can't remember exactly. Let me see if I can flip back to the other page and see if I can tell you guys with more detail. So let's see. I'm behind on Mashal. I'm behind on Kaiju number 8. I'm caught up with Furi-san, but I'm missing 1 volume of that, which is going to come out here soon. I'm 1 behind on Hitomi-chan. I'm super behind on Reign of the Seven Spellblades. Gunbird Sisters I'm caught up with. and my boss is a sheep, or I'm a wolf, but my boss is a sheep. I think I'm one behind on. Other than that, my other goal was to try to get some more of the classic editions or the classic collection from Seven Seas. I have failed at that. I have not bought any Cutie Honey or any Devilman or any of the what's the other one? Kamen Rider. I also know that the Yokohama shopping log is also technically part of that collection, even though it's not in the same style, because that is a longer series. So I have not bought that either. And in terms of the J Novel Club collected editions, I have not been able to buy any other series, although I do think that cheapmanga.com has some of them available, so I might end up getting an order from them at some point and filling in some holes that I have in my series. So yeah, other than that, there was also some goals to try to catch up or pick up some new series, and let's see how I did with that. Let me flip back to that other page really quickly. Let's see. I did end up picking up the first volume of Pokemon Adventures, so I did well with that. I did not get the first volume of Pluto, so I failed that one. And in terms of Spanish manga, I have not been able to buy any new ones or catch up to anything beyond what I've already talked about before. So I have the first volume of Grashross, and I'm behind on Kengan Ashura by I think 2 volumes. I'm super behind on Kingdom. I think there's 4 volumes out that I have not picked up. And Sunken Rock, I'm also about 4 volumes behind. Other than that, I have not really been able to do anything else beyond pick up a bunch of Mexican manga. So I'm about halfway through Yu Yu Hakusho, halfway through Saint Seiya, and I started a few different series, Slam Dunk, Vagabond, and hopefully over here during the sale that Panini has in November, I'll be able to pick up a bunch of volumes. I actually was going to pick up some in September during the Independence Day sale, but the thing is that even though I did put it in order, my uncle wasn't able to go pay it in time because basically I can't pay Panini online, like with my own credit card, because of like some situations that happen in Mexico with the government and them not letting certain types of payment go through for certain things. And so my uncle has to go down to a basically a corner store or gas station and submit a payment that way, and he was on a trip, so he wasn't able to, and I couldn't get anyone else to do it. So I wasn't able to pay for the order that I put in, so that order was canceled. So hopefully during November, I'll be able to reorder all those books, plus whatever else I was going to order in November, and get my uncle to pay at that time. Hopefully I'll make sure that he's at home before I put in my order so he can go pay it. But it is what it is. It's just situations that happen. It's just a really ridiculous thing that Panini and I have to deal with when ordering from Panini. So it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. Other than that, I have been doing really well with staying relatively caught up to my purchases. So this is the only shelf of manga that I have not read, ignoring the stuff that I have for my TBR. Most of these are already planned out for November, so by the end of December, I should not have any physical volumes that I have not read yet, assuming that I don't go crazy and buy way too many volumes next month. But obviously in December, I will have a bunch of new volumes that are added to the collection that I have not been able to read because of those purchases that I'm hoping to do in November for Mexican manga. So yeah, I have managed to read, or at least set up all of my reads for the few things that I have left over in my 2021 backlog of digital manga. So the only things I have left are Snow White Notes 2 and 3 and Devil's Line 1, 2, and 3, which are going to be read in October. And then I have a bunch of 2022 backlog of digital manga, but I've actually quite read through a few of these. So overall, I think I'm doing pretty well. I think my collecting goals and my reading goals are going well enough. I did have some failures here and there during this Q3 just because I was moving around a lot. I was on vacation. I didn't really end up having as much money as I usually do to buy all the things that I was hoping to buy. Also, I just recently got into figure collecting, and so new hobby energy basically. And I'm having a lot of fun buying figures, and I'm changing funds from manga to the figure collecting, but hopefully I'll calm down on that here soon, and I'll get back to mostly just manga and comic books. Other than that, there really isn't anything else to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know your thought, and thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys later.